Hey, good morning, everyone. Look, I wanted to talk to you all for just a moment about what's going on with the economy right now. As you all know, my name is Calvin Butler. I'm with the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers, and we have a freight broker agent and dispatch agent vocational school here in Tallahassee, Florida. We also have an online training platform that allows individuals to train at home to earn more than $100,000 a year dispatching freight and brokering freight from home. Now, our freight broker school, the tuition to attend that school is $7,500 for a 2-week, 70-hour course. But our dispatching and brokering freight from home is a very affordable program. It is only $349.95 plus tax, and it's just $39.95 per month to access all your back office tools, resources, training, and your support. Now, that's what I wanted to talk to you all about. Because as you know, everybody's experiencing some real problems when it comes to, the economy right now. Everyone says that we are in a recession. And there are a lot of business owners who are struggling just trying to stay afloat and get through this quote-unquote recession. Now, it's hard. I know it's tough out there for a lot of you. It's really, really, really tough out there for a lot of you who are struggling to keep your business afloat during this recession. It's tough out there for a lot of you who have so-called jobs because the jobs are not paying what they should be paying during this time in this, in this economy that we have. Fuel prices are still high. Mortgage rates are going up. Rent is through the roof. Food and other supplies and things that you normally pay for are almost 3 times as much now. So it's tough, and I understand that. But, and I hate to say this because I don't want to make light of you all's situation, but the one industry that is not experiencing tough times is the trucking and freight industry. I myself, as a dispatcher, dispatching freight from home, and my students and other individuals who dispatch freight from home, we are experiencing the most profitable time that we've ever experienced in our history. Now, why is that? Why is it where everyone else seems to be struggling to make ends meet, those of us who are in the trucking industry are making money hand over foot? There's got to be a reason for that. Well, I'm going to tell you the reason for that. The freight and trucking industry is the most recession-proof industry on the face of the planet. Period. I don't care what's going on. It doesn't matter what's going on. This industry is always going to be profitable. It's always going to make more money than any other industry out there, especially during hard times, because during hard times, that's when people need their products, goods, services, medicines, food, everything that they need more of it, and they need it more urgently now. If you notice, just look around you. If you take a look around my home here, everything you see in my home, including the clothes that I'm wearing, came on the back of a truck. And the same is true when you look around your home or your current location. Everything you see came on the back of a truck before it got to its final destination. The very clothes we wear, the food that we eat, the cars that we drive, the homes and the apartments that we live in, the very ground that we walk on, the pavement, the streets, the paint that it took to paint the lines in the roads, the traffic lights, everything comes on the back of a truck. And for everything that's loaded onto the back of a truck, for every truck you all see running up and down the interstate, up and down the roads, running in and out of shipping plants and plant distribution and the stores and everything, but every truck you see, someone got paid for arranging the shipment of that freight. And that's someone like me, who contacts owner operators and enter into an agreement with them, which is a dispatch agreement, to find them good paying freight. Look, I know times are hard. And I know a lot of you are really struggling. Trust me, I do. I know a lot of you are really struggling right now. And the best thing to do when you're at this time of the year, especially this time of the year, a lot of businesses struggle during this time of the year because, money is tight, things are slow, and you just got to get through this bad phase to make ends meet to get you over the hump. There's no shame. There's no shame in going outside of your industry and seeking to do something else, even if it's just a little for a short period of time or something on the side. You may really want to consider the freight and trucking industry. You may want to consider dispatching freight from home. It's something you need to think about. Okay? I mean, my students are consistently earning great money, $100,000+ a year. And this year is even better than ever. So it's something I want to think about. Y'all give me a second because I do want to show you all something here. All right. This is what we call a load board. Let me start sharing my screen real quick. All right, this is what we call a load board. Now, load boards are used to locate freight for owner-operators out there who are looking for good paying freight. Now, as an independent dispatcher, your job would be to contract with independent owner-operators. These are truck drivers who own trucks, and they're looking for loads. And your job is to find them good paying, decent paying freight. And you would use this tool called a load board. Now, there are hundreds, maybe even thousands of load boards out there. And load boards do cost money. They run about $39 per month on up to about $149 per month, depending on which load board you're looking at and things of that nature. This is one of the load boards that we provide to our students through our online training at home program, where we train individuals to earn more than $100,000 a year dispatching freight from home. Now, as you can see, there are lots of loads that are available. This is a map. This is what's called a load map on this particular load board. Now, the map that I have set right now is set to look at all the freight. I can look up the freight by the type of trailer that it has available, or I can just leave it blank and look up all the freight that's available in each state. So this goes back to what I'm telling you. This industry is truly recession-proof. Okay, so as you can see, there is a lot of freight out there, and this is just one load board. Not all load boards have the same freight. So when there's hundreds, even thousands of load boards, and then you have direct shippers, and this is just the freight from one load board. And as you can see, in the state of Texas, right now on a Monday afternoon, 12:36 p.m., we have 3,449 loads that are stored available in the state of Texas. In the state of Florida, there's 1,192 loads. In the state of Alabama, there's 2,304 loads. In the state of Georgia, there's 2,117 loads. In the state of Mississippi, there's 1,194 loads. In the state of Arkansas, there's 1,425 loads. Tennessee, 657 loads. South Carolina, 838 loads. North Carolina, 894 loads. Kentucky, 605 loads. Indiana, 1,220 loads. Illinois, 1,323 loads. Ohio, 1,216 loads. Pennsylvania, 1,219 loads. New York, 607 loads. And as you can see, we go over here to New Mexico, 133 loads. Arizona, 362 loads. California, 1,147 loads. So as you can see, there's a lot of loads that's still available, even at this time in the afternoon.
Most of the freight is available between the hours of 4 a.m. and about 8 to 9 a.m. Generally speaking, if you come to this load board, let's say at 6 a.m. or 7:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, in Texas, you're allowed to see close to 9 to 10,000 loads. In Florida, you're allowed to see close to 3,000 loads. Alabama, 6,000 loads. Georgia, about 5,000 loads, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So the load count now is what we consider as low because it's in the middle of the afternoon. So as you can see, there's a lot of freight that's available out there that needs to be picked up and delivered. And your job as a dispatcher is to arrange for the shipment of that freight with the carriers. Now, let me show you what some of these loads will cost. Let's go out here to the state of Florida because I'm in the state of Florida. We're going to pull up the state of Florida. We're going to look at all the loads, the total loads in the state of Florida. Let's go ahead and click where it says estimated rate per mile. So we'll put loads that we can look at to see what they are paying. Now, as you can see here, this is great. There's a lot of great paying freight. What most owner-operators consider good paying freight is freight that allows them to make a profit over what they spend on fuel and other expenses. And that number usually comes in at about $1.70 per mile to $2.25 per mile. Anything over $2 per mile is generally going to make the owner-operator a profit after their fuel. Now, as you can see here, we have freight that's paying as much as $425 per mile. Why? Because this load is only going 1 mile. It's going within the same city, but it's paying $425. So there's plenty of time to run more freight. Now, as a dispatcher, as an independent dispatcher working from home in your own home business, you would basically charge a fee for finding freight for owner operators. I charge 10% of the load fee. This is the load fee right here. Okay, when you see this pay rate, that's the load fee right there. See those pay rates? 425, 600, 700, 320, 320, 320, 300, 250, 250, 700, 1675, 1675, and so on and so on and so on and so on. Now, if you want to see some higher pay rates, I can click on pay rate and it will show you the rates and what they are paying on the pay rates themselves. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the highest paying load because the rate per mile is really what owner operators are really looking at when they're looking at their profit. So if you look at just the pay rate itself, here's a load that's paying $12,500. Now it has to go 2,541 miles, but if you were to book that load for a carrier, that would pay you at 10%, that would pay you $1,250 on just that one load. This load right here is paying $4,600. That will pay you $460. This load will pay you $380. This load will pay you $370. This load, $361, $342, $340, $340, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So you see how we make money in booking freight from home. Now, let's go back to the estimated rate per mile because these are basically short run loads. Okay, the higher the rate per mile, that's the estimated rate per mile, usually means that the load is going to be a shorter run load, which that is a good thing. Because if you're running short run loads, as you can see here, you can run more of them. And there's a lot of what we call dedicated freight when it comes to short run loads. How do we know it's dedicated freight? Dedicated freight is freight that runs every day, 5 days a week, picking up at the same place, going to the same place. And usually short run loads are what we call dedicated freight. As you can see here, this load picks up in Port Canaveral, Florida, goes to Palm Bay, Florida. It was a flatbed load, but it runs every day. It picks up on the, as you can see here, it picks up on the, let's look at the Port Canaveral. It picks up on the 25th, the 26th, the 27th, the 28th, the 29th. So it runs every single day, 5 days a week. So that means the carrier can get on this load and run this load every day and be off every weekend. Okay, so, and that's $320 on the load. It's only going on 37 miles. That's $8.65 per mile. That's a great paying load. Now, if you were to book this freight for this carrier, that means you would be getting $32 every day that load runs. That your carrier, I'm sorry, you would be getting $300, I'm sorry, $30 every day that load runs, that your carrier runs that load. Because it is a dedicated load that's paying $8.11 per mile. Okay? Now, you got time enough to book that same carrier on some more freight because it's only going 37 miles. A carrier can run on average 600 to 650 miles per day and stay within the hours of service guidelines that are set forth by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration and DOT. So you got plenty enough time to find that carrier more freight to run more freight that day. Right? Here's another one, Cape Canaveral to Palm Beach. This is another set of loads from Port Carnival. Then here's one from Port Carnival to Palm Beach again. Okay, so this is a separate set of loads. So they can run that 37 miles, go right back, pick this load up, and run that on 37 miles. So now you got 300 and 250. Both of they can run in the same day. And if need be, they can go back to Cape Canaveral, right? Back to Port Canaveral, or go, head on down to Cape Canaveral and grab a load to Lake City. And it pays $700. That's 108 miles. You still got enough time to get back to Port Carnival. Still got enough time to get back there that same day. So now that's a total of 3 loads, 700, 250, and 300. What's that total? So you're looking at 700 plus 250 plus 300. That's $1,250 per day. Running every day of the week, 5 days a week, off every weekend, home every night. So that would give you $120 per day if you were to book that freight for your one carrier. That would give you $125 per day from just one carrier. Now imagine if you had 5 carriers and you was booking them similar loads. $125 per day times 5 carriers, $625 per day times 5 days a week gives you $3,125 per week times 52 weeks. Gives you $162,500. That's just on 5 carriers, ladies and gentlemen. This is trucking. This is dispatching freight from home on just 5 carriers. Just 5 carriers. I have students who have 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50 carriers that they dispatch freight for. My dispatch firm books freight, dispatches freight for 317 carriers every single week. This is dispatching freight from home, the most recession-proof industry on the face of the planet. Okay, now look, they're not, as I've told y'all before, there are not too many professions or industries that you can work from home that can pretty much allow you to make 100, 200, 300, even $500,000 per year from your home computer using a load board like you see here, contacting owner operators, contracting with them to find them good paying freight. That's the trucking industry. That's the freight industry. That's dispatching. This is dispatching freight from home. So you all understand why the rest of the country is experiencing a recession. Those of us who are in the trucking and freight industry, we haven't missed a beat. We're making more money than ever because everybody still needs their freight. Everybody still needs their goods. Take an inventory of where you're sitting at right now. Just look around you. Everything you see, everything you wear, everything you eat, the very cars you drive, the house you live in, the material that took to build your apartments, everything comes on the back of a truck. Even the very ground that we walk on, the pavement, the paint that paints the roads, the street lights, all that stuff has to come on the back of a truck. No matter what it is, It has to come on the back of a truck before it gets to its final destination. That makes this industry the most recession-proof industry on the face of the planet. And no matter what's going on, economy, recession, depression, plague, pandemic, it doesn't matter. The trucking industry keeps right on trucking. All right, look, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up, but we're going to stop my sheet here, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap up for you all. But I did want to show you all that little demonstration. And that's just a real small peek at what we do as far as on this side of the industry where we make money finding freight for carriers and booking freight from home.
All right, there you have it. That's dispatching freight from home. If this is something that you think is for you, give us a call. 866-973-6445. Hit extension 0 or just ask for me, Calvin Butler. Or click on the link below. It'll take you right over to our enrollment site where you can enroll and get started right away. Look, I look forward to seeing you all in our training sessions every Thursday night from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or if you just want to tune in to watch our free YouTube videos, we have more than 140,000 hours of free operational training videos on YouTube. All free for you to watch at your convenience. Thank you all again. I appreciate you all tuning in with me again. This has been Calvin Butler with the RBS Logistics Learning Centers. Bye, everybody.